G'day guys, welcome to Swagging with Ben. Aiden and I just going for a late afternoon impromptu adventure. We were sitting around the house and it got to like 2:30 in the afternoon and quickly packed the car, just jammed everything in the back. I'm in a hurry before the sun goes down and we're going to drive out into the forest and I'm going to cook some pizza again because last time I cooked pizza, mine ended up in the dirt. He laughed at me, he got to eat his and I didn't get to eat mine. So I'm going to try that again. And he's going to try and say that I ate mine anyway with dirt on it, but I didn't.
Yeah, you nibbled it.
I did not nibble it.
Yes, you did.
We're not going over this again. Anyway, so we're going to drive out there into the forest and, watch a creepy zombie movie and...
play some games.
Maybe play some games, just see what happens. So stay tuned. I've just pulled over, we're nearly at our campsite for the evening. I was reluctant to come here because the western side of Barakula State Forest usually gets quite waterlogged and swampy after we have even a sprinkle of rain. It hangs around out here in the soil. And as you can see behind me here, like just even this stuff doesn't look like much, but it can get 4 drives bogged. I've been bogged out here many a times in my youth in Land Cruisers and Hiluxes and all kinds of vehicles that are quite a lot more capable than the mighty Battle Prius. But the upside to having a bit of moisture out here is it's easier to get through the deep bull dust, and sometimes you get bogged in that just as easily as mud. So the bull dust wasn't as much of an issue with some moisture in it. But we'll keep going now, and we're nearly at our campsite, and we'll try and get set up before it gets too dark. As you can see, the sun's not high above the tree line, so the canopy will start to shadow us shortly, and it's ideal to get set up before that happens. We need to be cautious of where we walk because we've got spiders, as you can see by this bad boy hanging out of the tree. You know, you don't really want him crawling all over your neck. And yeah, there's a few spider webs around, so just something for us to be cautious of, and hopefully get some light set up before it gets too dark. So get the campsite set up. Time to crack a beer and make things happen. Cheers, guys.
I don't know who made this.
Yeah, I don't know. Pretty cool person, I'd say.
It used to be like shorter and higher. Oh, can I ask you?
I think you've just gotten bigger, so it seems smaller now. Aiden's swag is set up over here behind me, and I'm going to try out a new tent that I recently purchased. See how that goes. Set it up for the first time, because you know you should definitely set up camping equipment for the first time when you're using it, not at home beforehand and know what you're doing. There we go, that's set up. That only took not even 5 minutes, and that doesn't have the rain fly on it, but it's a freestanding tent. Unless it's really windy it might blow away. But this is the Companion Pro Hiker 2. Yeah, I was after freestanding where possible, so you can peg it out if need be in that kind of weather. This is a little bit unconventional, but I'm going to use this kind of bubble wrap material thermal layer for my Hennessy hammock as a mattress in the tent behind me. Just see how it goes. haven't actually used this in the hammock before either, so it could be extremely uncomfortable. It's not intended to be a mattress, but I'll see how it goes. That's fairly minimalist in there. Sleeping bag in the corner. It's not a cold night, it'll probably be 30 degrees or something. Aiden's been a good helper and collecting dry leaves and bits of timber so we can get the fire going shortly as the sun's starting to go down. And so I'm sure there'll be a couple of mosquitoes and things. We've got most of the campsite set up here though, so I've got the table here and we've set up the chairs, complete with a bit of cave dust on them from us falling out of them in the not very level cave in our last camping video. Hey Aiden, remember when we fell out of our chairs? So yeah, I'm just giving you a quick look around our campsite here. Yeah, the chairs are set up and Aiden's just having a go at the swing. We got the fire over here. You haven't lit it yet.
Yeah.
While it's still light, I'll walk you down to the water, which is down behind the fire here.
Oh, awesome.
Just watch your step, matey, because could be cacti. Still warm enough for snakes, although that's any time of the year in Australia. And just wave your hands in front of you so you don't walk into a spider web. You can't see them unless the sun is shining on them most of the time.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that lovely algae. Man, the water's pretty low. See some ripples from a fish or a turtle up there. But I haven't seen the water this low here before. Wonder how much the recent rains have contributed to this. Over here there's the remains of an old ute or truck. Old inline 6 by the looks, as most things were back then. People leaving their rubbish around. We gotta take it home for them. Oh dear. You do not want to drop the accelerant and have it spill on you. Ideally. Probably don't really need much accelerant with all that dry matter anyway, but never hurts. Aiden was just saying he remembers the last time we came camping here, and he said we didn't bring a TV, and I said we never used to bring these kinds of things. It's just a recent silly thing that we do on YouTube. But we'll do some more traditional camping soon. It's supposed to be about getting away from screens. Alrighty, we got plenty of smoke coming off that fire to assist with repelling insects. And I've also got a couple of mosquito coils here just to assist in those efforts. And over here I've got some frozen pizza. Just cut those in half because I'm facing my camping arch nemesis, the air fryer that unfortunately was the creation that I got stranded with last time. So I'm going to try and cook these in there soon, probably just half a piece at a time, and see if I can make it happen without another getting stranded breakdown scenario. Fingers crossed. I don't want to have to cook on mosquito coil containers like I did at that creepy abandoned village that time. There it is, this bad boy. You might remember that video. I think this oil is probably warm enough to give a shot now. Or failing that, we'll just let it cook longer. Okay guys, Aiden's excited. We're about to watch some World War Z, you know, just a kid's movie. A little bit of mild horror. Some zombies, you know. So we're just going to chuck that on, and then we'll start getting dinner organised shortly. Alrighty, it is time to get some pizza cooking here. Sorry, I got bits and pieces everywhere here, but Prius is running in the background. It's charging up that hybrid battery. And yeah, so I'm not sure how much pizza I can fit in at a time. I don't want to like put it up on an angle because all the cheese will melt off. Kind of like what happened in the oven in the cave. Although maybe I can stack them. If it doesn't go well, I'll just eat the crappy ones and give Aiden the good ones. I'll try 2 at a time and just sit them on top of each other kind of thing. I'll show you a picture. I'm sure this won't work the best, but you know, I'm just trying to be a little more efficient. How are you liking the movie so far, matey? Good?
Always gonna say good.
That is your review strategy.
Right, tell me it again.
Hold on.
What is
200 degrees. They're pretty defrosted, so I'm sure 10 minutes will do it. I always forget something camping, but at least it wasn't like a lighter or something this time, but it's always something annoying. And this time it was mosquito repellent, but we've got the fire lit up over here, so it's doing well. And then we've got a coil between Aiden and I, one behind me, one sitting over there next to the Prius, and another one under the table there. So, you know, it's the smell certainly reminds me of my childhood going to sleep when I was a kid, because these were pretty commonly used when I was young. But we're just going to keep watching our movie. I've just turned the light on to show you guys the cooking segment. I guess it's not much to really watch, it's just frozen pizza, but you know, that's what we're doing tonight. We're just doing another easy thing, and hopefully mine doesn't end up in dirt this time, because not only did we have a ground mat, but it's flat ground.
And forget it.
Yeah, well, I won't let that happen. But yeah, so we're just having a pretty chill time, just watching a horror movie in the middle of the middle of the bush. Can't see any moon tonight. Might come out later, hey? Anyway, I'm going to turn this light off now before we attract too many insects. They're already coming. And just watch where you walk, mate, because there's mosquito coils around. And
Can I turn this on?
yeah, you can turn the lamp on if you want. Yeah, the lamp's working. Alright, now you can turn it off. Proof that it turns on. The light attracts insects, matey, so we don't want to leave the lights on. So I'm going to turn them off now and we'll wait for dinner to cook.
The TV has lights.
Yeah, I know. That's why I turned the brightness down on the TV. The camera focus is better and it attracts less insects. It's a win-win.
It's not a
We don't need it really bright.
It's not a win-win.
Okay. Alright, let's keep watching that movie. This was just smoking on fire. The alligator clip was hot enough that as you can probably see, we had some plastic melting around that terminal. But what I've been doing is running it for about 5 minutes and then letting it cool down. And Aiden's food should be good now. There's a little bit of melted jumper cable lead there. That's how you burn down a Prius. But not quite. Not if you're paying attention. Let's see how this is going. Over here. Oh. I'm going to plug that back in, but then I've got to plug the inverter back in. At least the air fryer's finished now. I'm going to put... Oh gee, that's warm. You could probably brand yourself with that. That's been pulling some amps. Alright. I'm going to let this cool down again. Sorry for the weird angles here, ladies and gentlemen. Do not do what I do, by the way. This is fairly dumb. Yeah, she's holding up though. Just, what's going on is the wiring, you can feel like the gauge of the wiring is obviously sufficient because it came with this inverter for running these appliances. So this is fine. The cables can get warm. The jumper leads are getting warm because I couldn't use the Anderson plugs because their circuit breaker freaks out when you pull on this many amps. So I probably needed a beefier battery box, but the battery and the electrical system is working fine. But this jumper lead, the metal part, and then the rubber that sits over the top of it, the rubber, as you can see, is melting against the metal. But electrically, everything's fine, everything's running. So that's why I've made up a bit of a duty cycle here. 5 minutes on, 10 minutes off to cool down, you know, give it a bit more time and don't rush things. Have a bit of patience with this ridiculous system that'll, you know, probably burn down a car. But let's go and check on the pizza. Turn that light off. And we'll come back in here. Turn that inverter back on now that we've averted the smoke situation. Power. Lighting. Oh, there's probably a reason why people don't camp like this. So when they do, it's a $50,000 camper setup. Well, there we go. TV's back on. Movie's gone.
Build a wall because you really
Anyway, I better be quick before I get done for copyright here. Whoa! Whoa! That's going to be Dad's dinner. Apparently I cooked it too long. Air fryers are great at cooking pizza. It's superficially burnt. Yeah, you can have a look.
The Olympics. In the month before October 1973, we saw Arab troop movements.
Alright, I'll cook your one for half that amount of time and Dad will eat this one. Well, after I peeled that top piece off, because I layered them, the bottom one's like not cremated. So maybe Aiden can peck at that if he's game, otherwise I'll eat it and I'll cook his pizza for probably half the time, maybe even less than that. Air fryers are awesome. Ooh. I like crispy pizza, but that's a little bit beyond what I'd normally do, but I'll still eat it. Oh, Aiden's got insects on him.
I hate insects.
That's why I got to turn the lights off. Alright, we'll give the car a chance to cool down and then we'll keep cooking. The aircon's on in there, so I'm going to let that sit for quite a while.
The pizza actually looks nice.
Yeah, you can have that piece and I'll have the crappy one. Hold on. We'll let them cool down. Oh, a big moth just flew off the TV.
That's a leaf.
Oh, a leaf, okay. How do you, there's so many moths around, there's lots of insects. Anyway, movie's finished, matey. Did you like it?
Excellent.
Excellent. You like zombie movies? Okay, well now we're going to cook the other half of our dinner for about half as long as I did the first batch because that was a bit crispy, but we got through it, didn't we? And you found yours to be edible, not your favourite pizza in the world, but at least yours wasn't as burnt as mine.
I don't like burnt pizzas.
Oh, okay. Well, Dad,
I ate a burnt pizza, I'll give it a 1 out of 10.
1 out of 10. I enjoyed my 1 out of 10.
I mean, if it was the only pizza I had and it was always going to be burnt, I'll give it, 10 out of 10. if the pizza always came out black.
Oh, the lights didn't even dim turning that on. Too easy.
That's so awesome.
Alrighty guys, well, I'm just going to put that on for 5 minutes and then I'm going to check it. Because the last one I did 10, and then a 5-minute break, and then 5, and then a 5-minute break, and then another 5 I think, and then I checked it or something. And that was when I found there to be rubber burning. I'm going to go and move the rubber off the jumper leads now while that's cooking, and I don't know, then we'll probably put on another video or play some games or something. We'll figure it out. Oh yep, that's working hard. Now yeah, we'll take that off. These are good insulation. They have a purpose, but when they get too hot, they melt onto your chair. What are you doing on that swing?
I haven't been on the swing at school because people keep on stealing them.
Watch out for zombies. He looked around really quickly. Five minutes nearly cooks those, eh? Like if they were single layered, I'd say 5 minutes in the air fryer cooks one of those pizzas. Because they're double layered, the top one's got a little bit of dark on it. It's going to give it another 5, so the top one will be crispy. The bottom one will just be just right, I think. Yeah, we'll play some Donkey Kong, matey. Alright. Insects like this LED lighting. I'm gonna grab another beverage. Ooh. See what time that is. 9 o'clock at night, still 28 degrees. There's the Garmin. I should probably check my messages on that. Ooh, they're cooking alright. How about we turn that off and just let that rest, I think. Man, air fryers. Oh, that's already done itself. Cool. Just gonna let that settle. Air fryers are amazing at cooking pizza. Also, that thing needs a clean. Let it sit for a minute. I'll have the crispy bit. Okay, I'll grab this crispy piece out of here. Ouch, that's very hot. Ow! Ow, 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 ow. Okay, maybe this knife
I can feel it too, Dad.
pick it apart again like I did the last one. Gotta detach it from where it's cooked to the... Okay, there we go. Okay. Alright, Dad, love that burnt one. As I like to do.
Take all you want.
Alright. See yours there? Do you want me to give it another couple of minutes, or you happy with that? So a couple of minutes, bit.
I'm happy.
You happy? Okay.
Okay, if you put it in for a couple more minutes, you know.
I'm just not used to recognizing pizza that's not black after the last effort. I'm just being silly. It's definitely
what pizza have you seen at Domino's that are black? What kind of pizzas are you eating?
Yeah, you get a point. I'm probably out of control a little bit. Okay guys, we're just going to eat our questionable dinner, and then we'll play some more Donkey Kong that we've got paused here on the screen, and continue just having a good time. Fire's going okay over there. It's keeping the mosquitoes, and I actually haven't had any mozzies, so that's good. Especially being next to a body of water in 28 degrees temperature or something. That's I'm impressed by that. Apparently don't leave a mosquito coil burning on the top of an air fryer for a while, because it's quite warm, and certainly leaves its mark on the old air fryer. Glad it's the old one. Wifey would murder me. Hey guys, Aiden and I have just run out of lives for a second time playing Donkey Kong, and I don't know if I sound nasally talking, but I've got a bit of a cold at the moment, and it's not COVID. I'm sure it's not. There's nothing around where I live, but my tonsils, I get tonsillitis every few years, like really bad, and it feels like I'm getting smashed by that at the moment. I just had a couple of ibuprofen and a couple of paracetamol tablets, and I can barely swallow my own saliva. Like, I've just got that kind of strep throat thing happening. It's really quite painful. I've been trying to just push through it all afternoon, you know, just have a beer, and, you know, as you should, not wash painkillers down with beer, but I've just been trying to, you know, be a guy about it. And it's just catching up with me really bad. So unfortunately, I think I'm just gonna have to pack up the campsite and have a sleep for a few hours until I'm alright to drive, and drive us home. I know that I'm not going to be very good in the morning, and this is, yeah, it's just not the first time this has happened to me, and it really sucks when it happens. I'll probably have to spend the next 2 or 3 days in bed. It's I've got some pretty crappy stories about when it's happened to me previously, actually, but anyway, I tried to push through it and make a camping video for you guys, even though I've been feeling pretty lousy all weekend, and just thought that, you know, I can get through it overnight, and no, it's just catching up with me. So I'll let you know what my plans were for the morning. I brought along an inflatable kayak, and I was gonna inflate that and go for a paddle with Aiden. I recently purchased one of those. Patreon supporters would have seen a couple of photos of that, and yeah, I was going to use that, but I also didn't realize how low the water levels are out here, so, you know, probably a waste of time in that algae water. And yeah, so for breakfast I was just going to, I brought along the toaster and the kettle, and I was just going to, you know, make a coffee and a hot chocolate and, you know, make some toast with Aiden and have a brekkie and pack up and go. Oh, we just got a message on the Garmin. It's probably wifey. And yeah, so that's all we were going to do after this point anyway, and then just call it a video. But I don't really want to struggle through that just for the footage, you know. So I'm sorry for letting you guys down. I just really shouldn't have come out here to do this at all. But sometimes when I get an idea in my head, I just get a bit stubborn. So I just really wanted to make this video. And anyway, I've got a really awesome camping video coming up that's planned, and it's been planned for ages, as I've mentioned in the last couple of videos. So I hope I haven't talked it up too much, but there's like a vote, like a poll happening for that one in regards to death by curry, like how spicy the curry is that I order. So you know, if anybody wants to have a look at that or any of the recent behind the scenes photos and bits and pieces, you're welcome to have a look at our Patreon. You know, it's super cheap. It's $1 Australian, so that's like probably like 70 or 80 US cents, I would imagine, for about half the viewers on this channel. So but thanks for watching, guys, and sorry this is a bit of a letdown to the end of the video. I just I'm really not feeling very good, so yeah, I'll make it up to you guys. We'll actually, I do have a couple of surprises up my sleeve. I'm pretty excited about them. So yeah, if you like this kind of stuff, please subscribe, and you'll see lots of cool stuff coming in future. And ready for bed? Yeah.
Happening bugs can get my bed when I open it.
Bugs shouldn't get in your bed unless you got lights in there. We've zipped it up. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this one. I appreciate you guys tagging along with us on our completely normal camping adventures, because this is what everybody does. And we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.